Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Katrina here with Gal Gone Camping, and I hope everybody's doing great today. I just wanted to talk about a few things and share some things with you. I've got some exciting news, got some very exciting news, um, but I've got some very sad news too. So just want to share that with you. And first of all, start with the good news and the exciting news. I don't know how many of y'all follow American Idol on TV, but one of the top three finalists that made it to the top three last Sunday, is Noah Thompson. And he is a young man from my hometown area of Lawrence County, Kentucky. And we are just absolutely, our whole little community is just over the moon about it. He's a very sweet young man, has a fantastic voice, and he's in the top three. And so after this last filming, the contestants got to go home for a few days. So our community had a homecoming for Noah with a parade, and he was signing autographs, meeting people, speaking. They were doing some filming for the American Idol show and some other things, I think. And he was doing interviews. And so it was a big deal. It was a really big deal. And he was just, you could tell he was just so overwhelmed and so appreciative. But everything was wrapped up with a production concert that evening. That I think they're going to use some of those film clips on the American Idol show. But it was a big, big day for Louisa, Kentucky. That's his hometown area. He actually comes from a little area in our county, Blaine, a little community of Blaine. And but our hometown area is county seat is Louisa. So big news. And I mean, literally every business had a sign out, welcome home Noah, congratulations. And it was just fantastic. It was truly fantastic, and everybody was so excited. And so I just wanted to mention that and share that with y'all. And if you haven't decided, if you do follow American Idol and you haven't picked a winner yet, or you haven't decided on somebody you want to vote for Noah Thompson, y'all. I mean, he is awesome, and I truly think he's going to be the next big country star. These contestants, this American Idol just brings them so many opportunities. And, even if he doesn't win, he's going to have a record deal and all that. He's already got a single out. And so things are going to be happening for this young man, and as well as the other contestants. And they're great too. They're absolutely great. But if you haven't picked anybody so far, vote for Noah Thompson. And that's coming up Sunday, this Sunday, American Idol. So don't miss it. Be sure and watch. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you because that was a big deal. This will be it was a monumental day in our community. And, history being made. And we haven't seen anything like that in 40 years from when Ricky Skaggs had a homecoming, because he comes from the same town too. Which brings me to a point that I want to talk about is, if y'all are out, you travelers, if you're out visiting, traveling through eastern Kentucky, if you're on the eastern part of the United States and you're going through Kentucky, swing by, go through the eastern part of Kentucky, and you're going to find a lot, y'all. I want to invite you to do that. I want to invite you to get on that US 23, Highway 23. It's the Country Music Highway. And if y'all are not familiar with that, I have a bug crawling on me. If y'all are not familiar with that, it was named that because we have so many country music stars that have come from this area right along that highway, or just a little ways off of it. So this area is legendary for producing big country music stars. So from our county alone, we have Ricky Skaggs and Larry Cordell, who is one of the best songwriters of all time, in my opinion. We have right across the next county up, we have Loretta Lynn and Crystal Gale from up in Johnson County. We have Dwight Yoakam from Floyd County, and Patty Loveless from up in Pike County. John Conley. John Conley's not directly on the Country Music Highway, but he's, forget what county he's from, but he's not far off. Keith Whitley, who was just inducted to the Country Music Hall of Fame finally. Tragically, he died in 1989. If he had lived, I think he would have been one of the greatest superstars of all time. But he was just across the hill from where we're at, over in Elliott County. Tyler Childers, talking about some modern times and newer singers. Tyler Childers is from here in Lawrence County. So lots of talent in these hills, and I mean, and those are just the ones who made it big, you know. Not to mention the ones that's still here playing locally and who play just at home. I mean, it's unbelievable. Who probably, you know, will never be seen or heard maybe publicly, but these hills are full of talent. So another thing I wanted to mention, going along with the sad news, and I'm sure if you all keep up with country music, you've heard about it, about the Judds, about Naomi Judd, who was another, it was a mother and daughter duo, country music duo back in the early 80s. It was formed. Naomi and Winona, they were one of the biggest duets ever. And they also, y'all, they were they were the next county down from us in Boyd County, Ashland, Kentucky. Another huge pair of stars. And the other daughter, Ashley, you know, became an actress. So super talented. But tragically, she died on April the 30th. You know, it was very, very tragic, very unexpected, and it shocked the country music community. I think it shocked the nation. It certainly shocked us. I'm troubled over it. I'm very troubled over it because I just love them. They've been one of my favorite music artists ever. And their music and their songs, they had such great lyrics, such meaningful lyrics, and their harmonies were unlike anything that'll ever be again. That mother and daughter harmony was just something that can't be matched. Hey, my heart just breaks. My heart breaks for that family, her daughters, her husband, all of her family and friends. And she was much more than just a singer too. She was a humanitarian and an author, a public speaker. She just did so much good for so many, and she was so well loved. She's going to be hugely missed. I mean, I've just thought about it, and I just hate it so bad. Winona, you know, the daughter who went on, of course, back in I think around 93 or 94, Naomi came down with hepatitis C, and she had to retire from the duet. But Winona went on to have a fantastic solo career, which she still does. And but then later, you know, Naomi went into remission. You know, the hepatitis went into remission. And they did you know, they did sing together some, and they were planning a final tour, you know, and then this happened, and it happened one day before they were to be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Just one more exclamation point on the whole tragedy. But just wanted to mention that because I do love them so, and because I'm talking about Eastern Kentucky and the music and the talent that we have here, and the big name stars. So once again, get on that country music highway if you're out traveling. The Judds were from Ashland, Kentucky and Boyd County. And so I want to invite you, like I said, to come and visit the state of Kentucky, and for sure Eastern Kentucky. Not just our county and Louisa and Lawrence County, but all the areas surrounding it. And we have so much in these areas. You know, we have beautiful scenery. We have, like I said, the country music, the culture, the Appalachian culture. You know, we're like in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. And you're going to find friendly folks. You know, you're going to find wonderful food, southern food. You're going to find tons of bluegrass and country music. That's another thing. The bluegrass music, you know, was founded in Kentucky, Virginia, and in this area, and not directly on the country music highway, but we have the father of bluegrass music here in this state. You know, just a few counties over in is it Bill Monroe, you know, and the Osborne brothers, the great duet of the Osborne brothers in bluegrass. They were up from around Hyden, up in that area. So, yeah, just the bluegrass artist is another whole ball game, you know. But you're going to find bluegrass and country music here. You're going to find wonderful fairs and festivals and lots of fun. You're going to find some unique geographical attractions here. You're going to find historical, lots of history, you know, lots of great architecture and history here. Theater, you know, you're going to find that. So come out and visit. You know, when you're passing through, just make you a little side trip and come and visit. The Hatfield McCoy stuff is up in Pike County, going over into West Virginia. You know, we border West Virginia. In fact, in my hometown, you can literally, you literally cross the bridge and you're in West Virginia. And even the bridge is unique. It crosses two states and two rivers and two counties, two cities. It's the only place, one of about 3 places in the country that you can go in the middle of the bridge and turn right. So you got to check that out, y'all. It's very special, very unique. And so I just wanted to mention that because I do love my hometown area. Y'all know how I love to get out and travel, and I do, and I have, and always will. But, you know, there's no place like home. And Louisa and Lawrence County and our surrounding area is small town America at its best. Lots of really awesome small towns that you can go through when you come and visit. We also, here in our county, we have Yatesville Lake. It's the largest lake in eastern Kentucky, other than Cave Run down in Round County. But lots of great fishing, golfing, trails. We got hiking and horse trails in our area. So, you know, you can get online. We got campgrounds. We got awesome campgrounds. So get online. You know, look up Louisa, Kentucky, and Lawrence County. See Lawrence County tourism. You can look up all that, and just type in Eastern Kentucky, and it'll come up. But encourage you to come and visit. I think you'll love it. Down home, friendly atmosphere. You're sure to make a friend here. So just wanted to mention that. Give a big plug to Noah Thompson and wish him all the best, and hope that he wins American Idol. And I want to talk about all the great country music in Eastern Kentucky, in my area, and about all the tourism aspects of what we have to offer. So brings me to my last thing I want to talk about, which I dread even talking about it. Didn't know if I could do this video or this section of it, but a few videos ago, if y'all have been following along, you saw me mention about my kitty cat, Bob, that he had been sick. And, you know, back in February, he'd been doing fine. He had been doing fine. But back in February, well, to go back a little further than that, I told y'all that I think it was New Year's Eve when my cousin and his wife had come up, and she mentioned when she hadn't seen him in a while, and she said, you know, he's lost weight. And I hadn't noticed it. I hadn't really noticed that he'd lost that much weight, but in the next month after that, I could tell that he was losing weight, and he had started losing his hair. And if y'all saw a few videos back before that where I done a cooking segment and Bob was in the kitchen with me, you know, I said that, you know, for the past year he wanted to eat everything that I had, whereas before he never wanted to do that. He was interested in you cooking, and, you know, he wanted to see what I was cooking, and he thought, you know, he was interested. He'd sniff it, but he didn't want to eat it until like the past year, and then he just wanted everything. Well, when I saw he was losing weight, when I noticed that he was losing weight and starting to lose some of his hair more than just normal shedding, I put it together as thyroid. I thought it was a thyroid problem. So around the middle of February, I took him to the vet, had him checked out, was thinking I would get some thyroid medicine and it would get cleared up. And they told me that day they wanted me to bring him back and have an x-ray done in 2 weeks. So they gave me some medicine. And he was past due on his shots too. I was going to have his shots done, and they wouldn't even give him his shots. And I said, why? And they said that it would stress him out more. They said that they thought that they knew they had some fluid around his heart. And the main vet wasn't there that day. He's not the one that saw Bob, but there was another one there. But I could see in her eyes that it wasn't good. And she didn't really say any more than that. But when she wouldn't give me the shots, I'm like, did they think he's not even going to be here in 2 weeks, Anyway, so I gave him the medicine, and he started to kind of he become lifeless, He wasn't the same cat. And so in 2 weeks, I took him back for the x-ray. And our main vet was there, who I've been dealing with for years and years and years, trust him with completely, with all my animals. And they did the x-ray, and he told me that he had a mass around his heart, and he did have fluid building up around his lungs. He thought it was a tumor, and he said that, I could bring him back to have that fluid drained off periodically, but that would require anesthesia, sedation, which would stress him out even more, his heart. And he told me, he said, it's not going to fix the problem. So he didn't tell me how long he had, and I never asked. I never asked him because I didn't want to know. So we came home, and I stopped on the way home at this little convenience store that has a deli in it. He always loved that chicken. Now, he would fight me over that chicken. And brought it home, and he ate a little bit of it, but not like he normally did. He got to where he didn't really want to eat much, and so from that day on, he continued to decline. Not that he didn't make any sounds like like he was having a hard time breathing, even though he was breathing faster. You could see him breathing on his sides and stuff. But I mean, he wasn't gasping for air, or he wasn't making any sounds like he was in pain or anything like that. So, but I knew it was coming. And each day was he became more lifeless. Yeah, a completely different cat. To see him go from what he was to what was happening was just absolutely heartbreaking. And so I just let him do what he wanted to do. I did everything to make him comfortable. So anyway, I didn't know what was going to happen exactly and when it was going to be. It was very stressful. It was very stressful. Just every day I was looking. I would look at him and see if he was still breathing. I would wake up and think he's going to be gone this morning. He's going to be dead. I'm going to find him dead, or I'm going to come home and find him dead. So that went on, and I just prayed. I prayed to God. I prayed to the Lord that He would let the feller not suffer and linger, that he could go peaceful and easy and be at home in his own environment, where I wouldn't have to take him and put him down. I couldn't stand thoughts of that. I prayed that he could go just pass easily in his own environment at his home while I was there. And it happened that way. And so past Wednesday made a week. But he died on May the 11th, on Wednesday, May the 11th. And sometime early that morning, I heard him. He was sleeping in the bathroom, like on the mat. He liked to sleep on that little mat in front of my shower. And he went from there. I heard him go around like to the foot of the bed, around the foot of my bed, and into the hallway. And I think he went into the laundry room to use his litter box. And I'm like, if I get up, he had made some kind of a sound, just like one sound. And I'm like, he's, if you keep talking to him or whatever, they maybe are trying to hang on for you, and it'll linger, it'll go on longer than it should. I didn't want that to happen, so I just laid there, and just let him do whatever he needed to do. And So the next morning, I woke up. Well, the doggies got me up earlier than usual, a little bit earlier than usual, and when I went through to the living room, he was gone, and it looked like he was in front of the patio door. It appeared that he was trying to get outside. You know, animals, when they know that they're getting ready to die, they like to go off, you know, and find their own place and quietness and all that. And it killed me that maybe he was wanting to do that and he couldn't. But I believe I'm guessing he probably died around 5 or 5:30 that morning on May the 11th. So I'm killed. It tore my heart right out of my body, as it has with all the ones that I've ever had, all the animals I've had all my whole life. But I had him for 15 years. 15 wonderful years. I had my kitty cat Bob, and what a awesome cat he was. He was just so full of sass and personality, and he was the total boss around here. And I mean, the dogs knew it and I knew it, you know, but he never let us forget. But I said, as hard as that was to give him up, you know, and the heartbreak and the loss and the emptiness, it'll never be the same here. It'll never ever be the same. Even though I've got my 3 doggies, the whole dynamic changed. You know, that house will never be the same. But as bad as that all was, I have to be grateful. I'm grateful that the Lord answered my prayer and he didn't linger and suffer. He was able to go quietly in his own home, and I was there. I was there just like I prayed, and it was a beautiful day. You know, it was a beautiful day, so that he could be buried, you know, thank the Lord it wasn't raining, or at a time, you know, when there was snow on the ground and frozen ground and all that. So I'm so grateful for that. I've just been praising God that he allowed it to happen that way. And that's the best I can hope for. That's the best I can hope for. And you know, it's the best for animal or human. Isn't that the best you can hope for? To be able to die peacefully in your own environment, at your home if you can, in your own surroundings where you're comfortable and at peace. So, in the time since then, I'm trying to work through that grief. I still hear him in the house. I see him everywhere I look. You know, he had a special rug he liked to lay on. I look over here and I see him. I hear, when I hear noises in the house, I'm like, well, that's Bob back through the house, you know. And it's horrible. And y'all who have been through this, you know, it's just horrible. And, you know, it'll never be the same. But he'll be with me always. He'll always be in my heart. So I'm out here today, where I'm at right here today. He's buried just beyond this little wooded area here on my property. And it's so peaceful out here. And it was a peaceful day. That's another thing. I had my cousin, he was able to come and help me bury him that day. And the evening before, you know, he hadn't got off work till 8:30. But the evening that Bob passed away, he was able to be here and help me bury him. And we buried him in a beautiful little spot. And when we got finished, the sun was shining through the trees, and it was just kind of like a little sign from the Lord, you know, that he was special, just a special little animal. And you know, the animals are God's creation too, and he loves them. He loves them, and he knows that we love them. He knows how special they are to us and how much comfort and joy and love that they bring us. And I believe that he cares for them as much as we do. I know he does. I know he does. So anyway, for those of you all, when you saw the video about me talking about him being sick, you know, when I explained it before, I had so many sweet comments. Y'all was, you know, commenting on about Bob. And you know, I said all my traveling at that time was halted because, I mean, I couldn't go anywhere very far. I didn't want to go off very far where I'd have to leave him. So life goes on, and it's sad. It's still sad. It'll always be sad, but I have 15 wonderful years of memories, and he had a wonderful life. He had the run of the place, and he could go and come as he wanted. He did everything he wanted, and he had 15 long years. And so I can't ask for more than that. I can't ask for more than that. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, Lord. And I pray that for my other babies too. You know, I'm going to have to go through this 3 more times. And I've been through it before. Like I said, I've been taking care of animals since I was a child. But me and the doggies came out here today. I wanted to just do this video out here. It's a beautiful day and it's peaceful out here in this little area. And we're near our kitty cat Bob. We came to visit, and just thought it'd be a good place to talk to y'all about this. And I just want to share it with you because I want to let you know what's going on. So thank you again for your sweet comments and for your love and prayers. I appreciate it so much. Heartbreaking, and it'll never be the same, but we'll go on. Have to for these babies. And so anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll be doing some more videos coming up really soon. I'm fixing to, you know, if you've been following along, you saw where I redid the bed for the last time, I think. I hope, in the minivan, and where I got a 12-volt refrigerator that I had been looking at for so long. So this upcoming trip, it'll be the first time of trying out the new bed configuration as well as the refrigerator. So I'll have some news on that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. And come visit Eastern Kentucky if you're out there traveling. See what all we have to offer. I think you'll have a great time. And for all of you animal lovers out there like me, you know what this is all about. And it's the price you pay for grief, you know, when you have to give them up. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And remember to subscribe. If you haven't already, subscribe if you'd be so kind. And share and like and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'm going to be doing a new blog post coming out soon on the Galgone Camping website. And as far as the little, you know, I was telling you about the American Idol, our contestant, Noah Thompson, that's from here, our finalist. I can't put any, I took video with that production concert, and I can't put it on here, I'm sure, because of copyright issues. But I'm going to put it up here. It's on my personal Facebook page, and I put some pictures on the Galgone Camping Facebook page, so you can see it all there. And be sure and tune in, and y'all have a wonderful day. And I love y'all, and thank you so much. And remember, don't wait to live. See you down the road.